Saturday showdown. D plus Kia versus BNK Fear
Taking
X.
away a lot of picks right now. But there's still a lot of high-tier picks available. Lucian, Milio, I think in terms of bot lanes, is really up there.
Yeah.
Also, with a lot of these poke-heavy bot lanes gone, Yanara Lulu, I feel like rises up a good amount in terms of priority. So definitely something they could look for. We are going to start off with Nocturne being banned, then Lee Sin. Jungle Pool already thinned a good amount and just got thin more.
Yeah.
Wukong feels pretty high priority right now with what is left available.
Yeah, last time they banned Trundle as well. So I don't think that's going to come through again. So there's potential for another one of those jungle bans or just a different ban to come in its place. So yeah, maybe Wukong I think could definitely be a good shout, especially with Vi and Shindown now off the board. Lucian was kind of obvious.
And to note, so last game, we had D+ on second pick. This game, they're now on first pick. And they've been second pick all throughout the series so far, up until this game. So we'll have first choice of what they're going to get. After the bans, Lucian going away, I think makes a lot of sense. Definitely a high prio pick, especially paired with the Milio, but even the Nami as well. Elise being banned against Namgun is, again, not letting him get his hands on that one.
I mean, he's a good Elise player, don't get me wrong, but
it definitely feels like one of his more volatile picks.
Yeah, also, it's just not a very meta pick. Like, Namgun is a great support who can also play a lot of other great meta picks to a high level.
It could be they're just banning this because it's something they don't play, it doesn't overlap with champion pools, and they want to leave as many things open as possible to get a strong first pick.
Yeah.
Ryze ends up coming through as a ban. Honestly, I feel like Annie Prio would probably be pretty high in this situation. Annie Wukong's obviously really strong, but there were points early in the split where we're seeing like early Annie picks. You could just go for the like there's the Wukong Neferi also picks at a pretty high prio. Karma did get let through though. So that will be first picked.
And Jin is left as well.
Karma Jin, really strong lane. And not a lot of things I think you have available to match into that. Nautilus gone as well. Makes it a little bit troublesome. You can see Teddy talking, discussing, and wanting to deny the Jin, which I think makes a lot of sense. There's no K Karma, there's no Civic Karma, there's no Jin Karma. A lot of the Karma pairings we expect to see have been taken away. And it will be that Annie being hovered right now by Hanjin Brion. I think Annie, especially this late in the series, some of the harder lanes have been trimmed away. And having that reliable engage is just really valuable. I think after the last game where we had the poke wars, a go button would be pretty good. I mean, that's what won last game was the Vi at the end, being able to just lock down the target. So Annie comes through. Question is, what are D+ going to pair the Karma with? And also, are they going to deny the Wukong and pick it up here? Because I feel like if they don't, Hanjin Brion probably just pick it on 3.
Yeah.
So they are going to look to deny the Wukong away, which makes a lot of sense. Also gives you that engage, which you don't have this from the support role. Can obviously speed up the Wukong. And then in terms of AD carries, MF, I feel like
Yunara Karma?
doesn't feel as good as Lulu Yunara, but
yeah.
I mean, still playable. MF feels like the typical, like, we're just going to have strong lane and you're going to have strong lane and we'll see who strong lane's better.
You got some wombo with the Cyclone if you're going to play MF, but
looks like they might just go for that Yunara. We have to see the Lulu, because obviously Pick syncs well with it, and then you build Ardent Sensor early. We don't really see Ardent Sensor built on Karma, but they will go for that Yunara here. And now Hanjin Brion, are they going to secure their support in this situation? And what would it be?
Yeah. See a lot of Jin Bard.
We've seen a bit more Nami just by herself. Like, not Lucian Nami or Corki Nami. I mean, it's a decent lane. But it looks like they're going to go towards the jungle first, and then Neferi is going to come through. So they'll have to wait and see for the support pick. But Annie Neferi, pretty scary to be playing a Yunara into this, if I'm being honest. 2 point-and-click champions with the ult from the Neferi and the Q stun from Annie. One of the things we always talk about with Yunara is we often saw when she was really high prio, Nautilus banned before she was played because point-and-click CC was a big answer. Despite Nautilus and Vi being off the cards, they've built a mid-jungle combo who can deal with it quite well. I think Aurora might get banned here by Hanjin Brion. We have to see the Aurora into Annie, but they're going to ban the Sion first and foremost. Sion and Cassante gone, so two of those big tanks out of the way.
Yeah, and in terms of top laners that are, kind of meta and still left, I mean, you got Yorick, who's kind of standing out generally as a response to some of the picks that are already fearlessly banned, but,
Brendan,
it's picked a decent amount.
We have Renekton now. It's the LCK.
Oh, yeah.
We've always got those to get back to.
Game 3, Fearless.
Honestly, they banned the Gnaw? Wow.
I guess they want to play Renekton.
I mean, they are not going to have first pick after the ban.
They could also play Zahin.
Ambessa, Shu Ambessa, we've always seen that being pretty great. Did get buffs on this patch.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Didn't get the Aurora ban from Hanjin Brion, which is a little surprising. That has been like the common pick into Annie.
Yeah. Also, anything else with range can be good into Annie, but like Cassio's gone, Victor's gone, Orianna's gone. All good picks into her. So Aurora just seems like, like almost too obvious. Like they definitely should have banned it, but
Alistair ban comes through. Obviously, a lot of poke. Oh, the Renekton showing up here.
Casting is elated.
And
I guess.
I mean, with the Gnaw band, it kind of sets you up like, oh, Renekton's good here, but there are other picks that are good into Renekton. Will Shu bring them out? Will we see the likes of Vayne or Kennen?
As long as he doesn't flank on
Or will
Varus.
he pick something like Ambessa or Zahen, which will fall behind early, but scale up to be a pretty hefty bruiser. And it looks like it will be the second option. Never mind, it's Talia. Talia mid coming through. A lot of dashes to deal with, so Neferi and Renekton not going to have the most fun into that.
Notably, Showmaker has not played a single game of Aurora this entire season.
There you go.
So maybe that's part of it. Just totally ignored.
She will getting some extra time to decide, will it be the bring back the Alawi?
Do it.
And if you think about how this draft has played out, Hanjin Brion are leaning towards we're going to dive your AD carry and kill it.
Nice.
When you're playing into Alawi, Talia, and Wukong, there's so much disruption and anti-dive. If you're trying to get to the Yunara, you have to go through the Unraveled Earth, you have to go through a lot of tentacles, you have to go through a spinning monkey, I guess. It's going to make it difficult. And they add the Nico in as a pick that also provides engage. It's not the best lane into the Karma. We've seen the Karma often picked into... Before Karma was perma-banned, Karma was like the answer to Nico. But with the Jhin, it does kind of balance things out. Jhin Nico is going to have pressure over Yunara Karma, unless Yunara can get wave access and stack up a passive. But with how the comps are playing, Hanjin Brion have picked a comp where they want to be decisive, leading the charge, starting the fight, and killing this Yunara. And for the side of D plus Kia, they are just going to cause chaos while you're trying to do that, with a lot of disruption tools as you're diving in and hoping to keep this Yunara alive.
Hey, look, it's Umpty.
That is Umpty. That's the Umpty personal trainer.
Yeah. Legend group, go, bro win.
They just desperately need this win. And that's the thing. If Hanjin Brion win the series, doesn't mean they're in Legend Group. It just keeps their chances reasonable. If they lose, it feels like a pretty done deal. Mathematically still possible, but very hard for Hanjin Brion. So this last game, it's everything for them to get this win.
You never know what's going to happen. Same going into game number 3. We just don't know. Here we go, Ox.
We said we don't know, but we do know there's going to be League of Legends played, and then one team is going to have the Nexus destroyed, and the other team will be crowned the winner. So we know a little bit.
We just don't know who's going to win.
Well, it's going to be Hanjin Brion or D+, so one of those two. That does narrow it down.
That's true. There's really not a lot of options. Like only 2 teams out of 10.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get like 2v2 in the future.
Like 2v2 teams?
Yeah, 2 teams versus 2 teams. Imagine a 10v10
and the map,
team fight.
The map would be split in a way where like the lanes go in like 4 different directions towards the base.
Yeah.
Like, each team has like a corner. How would you even match up the lane?
How would you even get 10 players on a roster? There have been some teams that have done that.
They can figure this out for League of Legends too.
Yeah.
Right now, it's still League of Legends 1, so we'll focus in on that. So, good amount of pressure in the top lane, as expected with Renekton early. Good amount of pressure in the bot lane as well, with this Jhin Nico. And Smash not having the most fun, but obviously going to scale up to be very strong. Going to be interesting to see the jungle impact we get. Obviously, Neferi did get nerfed slightly on this patch, and Wukong got buffed. But I feel like Neferi is just kind of was a little bit slept on by teams, and this is rising in popularity. Originally, it was there as a Vi counter, but we're seeing it more and more. And Gideon's found Lucid, and if you can dodge away from the Neferi skill shots, it's pretty big, but the Neferi's pretty scary in these early fights.
Yeah, the support's coming over. It's going to be a smite fight. Goes to Lucid. He's going to win that one. Gets a little shield from Career. And now Career's going to have to flash the wall. There he goes.
Okay, so smite secured by Lucid, but the cost is the flash off his support. Jhin on a pretty huge win streak. Don't show Atlas that.
Yeah, Jhin Nico, specifically this duo.
Yeah.
5 in a row. And now it's going to be Teddy who has to flash away. So a lot of action down on the bottom side of the map already.
Lucid now level 4, so Gideon not really in a position to stick around for this. And he is super far behind in the jungle right now. I mean, it's that thing where Lucid's camps are respawning and they're not there yet, so Gideon has some time to farm. But it basically means that Lucid has a bit of free time, or if he stops this recall, he won't go for it. But could have been very bad.
Yeah, certainly could have, but just opted not to. Taliyah picking to the Annie is very interesting. You mentioned all the anti-dive, just trying to help out against all of those different members who are going to be trying, for sure, to dive Smash. But this time with Alawi, with Taliyah, with Wukong as well, it's going to be more difficult.
Certainly is. You see Gideon clearing through his top side now, and is still, he's still behind because Lucid's camps have now respawned. He's clearing through those. End result is we could see Lucid getting a level 6 very early on this Wukong. And I think a big aspect of the buffs were the clone being changed to have more duration and more damage. It does reduce damage compared to the Wukong himself.
Yeah.
So when you get that ult available, represents a lot of threat. Also, the attack speed on E got buffed, so Lucid able to clear faster result and is now challenging Gideon on his camps. Gideon did get that one. It's kind of being forced away. Lucid level 5 already, and with a buy, notably. So Gideon had to go straight to his camps to farm. Lucid has a Ruby Crystal and a Longsword on him. You see Teddy hitting the camp to try and pull it away and sort of use the aggro tether, so Lucid would be a bit frustrated dealing with it, but Lucid just moves straight back to his jungle, doesn't miss a beat.
Teddy probably going to miss 2 CS? No, 3 CS to do that. I mean, maybe he was going to be zoned away anyway, but yeah, kind of frustrating situation all around here for Teddy and crew over in Hanjin Brion.
Yeah, they had that early momentum, but as things are bouncing back, Smash, with access to the wave, has his passive stacked up. And Yanara is one of those picks that the extended trade you do really well in, because when you have your Q stacked up, it's a lot of damage, a lot of sustained damage. Jhin is not the extended trade guy. anytime you're trading and you have to reload in the middle of it, it doesn't feel too great.
Yeah, I'd say just the fact that he has to reload doesn't feel great, but specifically, yeah, who decided to make Jhin like an FPS character?
I don't know. It is a cool concept, though. And at least they didn't change a different champion into that, like with Graves.
Well, you know, I just feel like, you know, if you play FPS, one of the most annoying parts of it is having to reload, right? Just not a fan of reloading in general.
Do you think they should make it so the more
unlimited bullets?
The more attack speed he has, the quicker he reloads.
Yes.
Would that be balanceable?
No. I think it would heavily change the way that he's played, though. I mean, it just really, I don't know. It would just kind of be weird in his kit if he had that.
Also, I feel like it wouldn't be, it still wouldn't be super high value to build attack speed because essentially you're not actually getting the damage out faster. I mean, over the course of a fight, sure, but you're still hitting the shots at the same speed, which is pretty slow.
Yeah.
But it would feel better when people go rapid fire cannon early every single game.
And Youmuu's in Storm Razor.
Youmuu's doesn't have any attack speed on it, so that one's kind of whatever.
Yeah. Just that build. Well, one of the variations of that build I did see. This has always been very annoying. How did he... That was kind of crazy.
Sturmonectin has a tail.
I guess so.
Grabbed his tail.
Yeah.
Also, when you're dashing, hitboxes are weird, if I'm going to be honest. There is some times where you're dashing and your hitbox, like your character looks like you're there, but your hitbox is actually not there or behind or whatever. But anyway, Dragon going to be started up by D+ here. We saw the momentum built up by Smash and Korea, and it's allowing that jungler to pick up an early Dragon. Ocean Chemtech? Brendan.
Wow.
We're guaranteed a good soul.
Yeah. I mean, even... I don't even want to say even. I feel like Cloud Soul is actually pretty good. There are some comps that are a little bit less good with it, but Cloud Soul was really good. I feel like for both comps, to be honest.
No, I would agree.
Wukong is very happy about it.
So we'll see what that ends up being, but I definitely think it ups the priority on that. Oh, Shiwu looking for an ult. Did a good amount of damage, despite having not built damage. Just Alawi things.
I feel like Alawi's strong enough to just take the chain vest and hit someone with it, you know? Use it like a weapon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It does look like when she swings the thing, she's swinging it quite aggressively.
What is that thing anyway? It's like a ball.
Oh, it's some...
Is it like something that contains the souls of the tentacles, which are like kind of ghostly?
You know what?
Right?
I don't know, but I'm just going to say yes. There's definitely a
pretty cool concept.
There's a more specific lore, and the answer is probably not that, or not exactly that. But we'll just go with yeah, sure, why not?
I don't know. I've been randomly correct about some of those things.
All three of the Alawi mains out there are currently like, guys, come on. Do you not know the Alawi?
Yeah, all three of them.
All three of them.
There's not even dozens of them.
No,
it's three.
Maybe only two are upset. One of them's like, yeah, fair enough.
Because he's a hipster, because he plays Alawi, and, you know, it would make sense that we wouldn't know. Yeah, this is a very extended trade, but now Gideon's here, so I think Shu just kind of dies. There's no ult available, so he's just clearing the wave, and that is finally First Blood right at 10 minutes.
10 minutes on the dot. Iceborne Gauntlet comes in for Shiwu to do some punching, but Cyclo Sword for Gideon, an item that got made a little bit more expensive on this patch, so that extra gold is going to do nicely to have him finish it off. But an item that syncs very well with Neferi, especially because you can poke with it. And also, like, it strengthens your bleeds after you hit them with the boosted lethality. This was what I like to call plate greed. We've all been there. You can't deny it. We've all seen a little plate with some overgrowth on and thought, couldn't I just walk up and take it? And then the jungler turns up and you have a bad time. So, you know what? I can't fault Shiwu for this because I've done the same. You've done the same, Brendan.
Yeah.
Who hasn't?
Absolutely.
Who hasn't done such a thing?
I mean, if you have that much self-control, you're probably not playing League of Legends.
Whoever hasn't taken a plate like that and died may cast the first stone.
I mean, I blame Riot because they made them more enticing with the overgrowth.
You know what it is? It's the audio. It's like Heartsteel. Heartsteel could give nothing. It could give no health, but you know I still want to hear the noise.
Yeah, you want to get the bonk.
Yeah, if they made that sound just not satisfying and repulsive, it could give 1,000 health. I'm like, whatever.
I do feel like, you know, at least 40% of the fun that I have in ARAMs is building Heartsteel and proccing it.
Yeah.
I play a lot of tanks, so it kind of makes sense. Or stuff that can build it. So that's almost half the fun. It's just hitting people with Heartsteel.
Only half?
Yeah.
Give me tank engine.
Tank engine.
Okay, well, it's after that riveting first kill, it has slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, that was it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Watching that first kill happen.
Do have support item completions coming in. And everyone's kind of getting their first item completions pretty much. But that second dragon is coming up. I do think this should be a point of contention because, as we said earlier, these two dragons kind of set up for a strong soul. Korea already has Echoes of Helia, which is a big spike. I think everyone thinks about like carry items coming in, but one item spike, Echoes of Helia, is kind of crazy. The healing you get from that in a fight or a skirmish at this point of the game where people don't have that much damage, and you'll be able to proc it so many times over the course of a fight. So it is legitimately a pretty big pickup, and D+ already have the first dragon, so they could be in a good spot to set up for this, although
we kind of had a little action there. I mean,
yeah, they were looking there for Namgoon, who just healed to get away. But they're playing very aggressively around the dragon area, setting up vision here. They have full tabs on Gideon, and they are fully locked in on this dragon, want to secure it.
Yeah, it's a really big deal. I mean, dragon stacking ever since the beginning of this year, very, very strong.
We've seen this lane really turn in favor of Korea and Smash. You know, the early prio went to the Jhin, Nico, but now just Karma things. Karma Nico being a really rough matchup for the Nico. And then as soon as you start to give wave access to the Yunara, she ends up doing pretty well. Now, Dragon going to be started by Lucid. You see Gideon moving over. Can he get there in the time is the question.
I think it's just too late, unless he's going to hop at the pit and just kind of blindly steal. It's a Mountain Soul.
Can't go wrong with a Mountain Soul.
Yep, all reliable.
All reliable.
That is the vibe of Mountain Soul, you know? It's
Yeah.
kind of like, well, everybody can use it.
I mean, for sure. I think, obviously, people talk about tanks getting the extra resistances, but I feel like on squishies, the shield is just so valuable because like a tank, you go in, the shield gets cleared, and then they start working the rest of your health. But if you can deny like an Annie or an Neferi one-shot because you have a mountain shield, that's huge. That's game-winning.
Maybe we'll see some Serpent's Fang action in this game.
Oh, from Gideon. That'd be
Yeah.
good tech. Although, you know what would be better tech? Don't let them get Mountain Soul. But I do think this game, there's good value because there's a Karma on the other side. So
Yeah.
may well see him go towards that. But we often see them go a little bit more Bruiser first on the Neferi. Just to have some bulkiness. Level 11 hit there by Lucid.
Oh, you got the slow coming in here from Teddy. This is going to be the force barrier. Just naturally, as he was left alone.
Poke coming down from D+ here. And you can tell Gideon wants to try and find an angle, but just not seeing it yet.
You know, Bro has been pretty good about upping the tempo and being proactive.
This is more of a Bro and Brew. But they are looking now.
Yeah. I hope they're not falling back into bad habits. Game 2 kind of made sense with the way that one was playing out in the comps, but there's certainly ways to make some plays here on this one. As the wall is going to come in, and it's going to be DK who pull the trigger first, as that is going to be the route onto the Wukong clone and not actually the Wukong. As he gets in, takes out his other jungler. As Teddy's just ulting in the face of Xiu, is going to have to cancel that one. Or just throw in the 4th shot and back away. And posturing very aggressively was Bro. They get punished for it.
They just get focused down. Roma ends up kind of out of position, gets targeted. Gideon doesn't get to do much. And considering Bro need to win on the back of their strong engage, finding the right targets, they definitely did not achieve that there. It was really D+. So Roma's on this flank angle and then kind of panics because he's like, well, my best target's Lucid, but it's so hard to stun the Wukong. Lucid just jumps on a Gideon, basically one-shots it.
Yep.
Not typically that easy to chase down on the Fairy, but Lucid finds a great angle. And then after the fact, she was in the face of them, so tanky. Jin needs so many reloads to kill him. How many clips?
Well, he used the whole ult clip, so not really gonna have another one of those for a while. Romer, yeah, he's just gonna get slapped.
You know what that felt like? I've got to say, you know what that felt like?
Yeah.
We don't see Alawi much. That felt like Roma not really getting the vibe of Alawi. When he, he got ulted, he was getting whacked by the tentacles, his soul got like consumed, and then he walked back up. And I was like,
brother,
well, he will just flash W. That's gonna happen.
That was my best Fox impression, by the way. Brother. You say that all the time. For people who do things incorrectly.
I do, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, the thing is he burns the stun before he even has aggro. Gets the satisfying crystalline overgrowth noise. Ult, and then he just walks back up, eats the tentacles.
Xiu doesn't even say anything. It's another day of Alawi for him.
Yeah. This is textbook for him. Oh, they're looking for him now.
I mean, he's level 14. He's pretty tanky, but they're going to throw a lot of things at him, even Namgung from behind. TP eventually does come in, as Showmaker's like, wait, I'm not sure about this, actually. There's a big crocodile right next to me. And eventually he will die to Gideon, it looks like. Never mind. Doesn't even get the assist.
Not quite getting in range in time to get the damage down, but casting with a TP flank. Ends up being a couple of kills for Hanjin Brion needed with the position in the game. That being said, losing Roma means it's not a huge advantage built up. 20 seconds on this dragon, though. And a lot of ultimates just got used, specifically from Hanjin Brion's side. You look on the other side, there's a lot still available, so they look here for Shiwu, and it just takes so much time to cut through him. Namgun was there to try and help, but didn't really contribute much, to be honest. They eventually get him, but then the TP flank from the Renekton is the big factor. Denying Lucid from going deeper, making sure Showmaker dies, but Teddy walked up, so a bit of damage done to the mid lane tower in return. But now when we take stock, with his Dragon up and available, Casting has no ult. Gideon, his ult's not up yet. Tibber's not quite available. I would have expected D+ to immediately beeline for this Dragon and start setting up for a fight, but instead, neither team going too aggressively.
Yeah. Xiu has 2 items. I think he was just trying to aggressively trade and chop Casting down, force him to back.
Casting needs a reset to buy sooner rather than later.
Well, he thought about it, and then he stopped us back.
Smash already has Kraken Slayer and Fiend Hunter bolts, so he's pretty strong right now.
Yeah, I mean, Casting's gonna stick around, and they want to gank him, but they're
sacrificing Dragon.
They're gonna give away the Dragon.
Yeah, not sure I agree with this.
And this is Alawi as well. I mean, this isn't the easiest gank to go for, as I suppose if you burst her down quick enough, you can take him. But D+ Kia just saying, you know what, we're just going to push mid.
Yeah, not even going straight for the Dragon. They'll push mid. Can they get the second tower? No. Okay, but it's close.
Take the Dragon, guys.
The thing is, they got most of the gold from it with those plates, and they get Dragon. This is not a good play from Hanjin Brion.
Yeah, what about that Bracro that Wolf was talking about?
Yeah, you could have just
not seeing it.
You could have just let the top tower go, and you could have just immediately gone to fight around the Dragon instead. I know the ults were down, but D+ weren't really rushing for it, so I think he would have been able to buy time. This play they're going for here, it just sacrifices too much. And Shiwu isn't strong enough to 1v3. He's very scary, but doesn't quite have that in him. But it just buys such a huge win on the rest of the map for D+. Third dragon completed, so 1 away from Soul. Got a sizable gold lead as well. Mid lane has been just pummeled through with only 1 sliver of HP on that tier 2 tower. Not the right decision making, I would say.
Yeah.
Now they're going to do it again.
What if they gank him again?
And you know what?
Is it worth now?
Well, there's no dragon on the other side of the map.
But there is Baron.
Perhaps there could be something else on the other side of the map.
All right, well, they're going to TP in the Renekton. Maybe this is enough. Guys, spoiler, it's not enough. Guys, it's not enough. D plus Kia get a free Baron. And, okay, maybe not free. They're going to lose their Alawi. They're going to lose their mid lane turret, maybe. And now D plus Kia are on the chase. Red Bull Baron power play going to be started up here very early on. Brackrow. It's the global taunt of the Alawi, apparently. But yeah, this Brackrow is falling apart. D+ just objective blind, I think is what we call it. They just cannot see the dragons or the barons. They're just laser focused on kills right now. And it is a bit of a questionable decision, I think. Well, I know, but a little bit frustrating. I feel like the game was in a playable spot and they just focused down on dealing with this Alawi. Well, I'm going to be honest, like the second time, like the first time, it's like you're going to lose that top tower if you don't deal with the Alawi. But it wasn't that healthy anyway, and it's now dead regardless. But the second time, Shiwu hadn't even pushed the lane. There was no threat. There was no, oh no, we have to deal with Alawi because he's going to kill our towers or something. Also, it's an Alawi. It's not like some Giga split pusher who just one-hits towers. Yeah, so questionable plays. Yeah. I guess they were just like, well, we have TP on casting. Surely they can't do the Baron.
Surely they can't do the Baron if every single member of the team, apart from one, shows up in the bot lane. Okay, well, it's not the hugest lead for D+. 3,000 is significant, but not the end of the world. 2 minutes from Dragon Soul. Guys, I know Alawi's in the top lane.
That's a problem.
Please do not try and kill the Alawi instead of contesting the dragon.
I mean, D plus K are just going to have so much pressure now with this Baron for quite a while. It's not going to quite immediately transition into the dragon fight, but they'll have a lot of pressure on the map. I mean, you can see already the vision is quite deep from just having this Baron buff and the map control that they do have. I'm going to be taking a lot of damage.
That's a lot of poke. That tower is gone. You have to let it go. 40 seconds still on the Baron. They are... Now this Alawi is being a problem. Doesn't have Baron at least, but is pushing up mid and being annoying.
Yeah, she was living his best life. Get ganked a bunch of times, who cares? Playing Alawi, eventually he will kill them. If they keep trying to do that. They're going to find a Talia, and Showmaker in a bit of trouble. He's going to have to flash out of there. Lucid also blocking some of those shots. Now they're going in onto Smash, who's very isolated from the rest of the team, but a TP comes in. He's able to kite it out. That Tibbers it's kind of just dropped for no reason. A zoning Tibbers, perhaps.
They're so scared of this Alawi that Shiwu TP's in and they all just scatter immediately. Which, I mean, I get it. You don't want to be overextended with an Alawi behind you. But they try and find an angle. They get Showmaker's flash, at least, which is something. And now 45 seconds until the dragon. Alawi's not even top lane yet, so there's no excuse to be heading up there. Showmaker gets super low, but then Lucid comes in to block the shots. So you see Teddy turn it onto the bot lane. The Smash not quite in range. And this is the point where they're like, guys, Alawi's coming. Run. Everyone run. And they do. And they get away. And now we're going to go back to live, and they're going to be focused around the bot side. This is good. This is progress. They're going to fight the dragon. They are quite behind, though.
Yeah, they're behind, and they're desperately trying to clear out vision to make their way towards this objective in the first place. It's not an easy feat. You can see that Career's coming in here with the help of Lucid and just clearing out a lot of this vision. And laying down control wards in their face as well. Just essentially saying, no, 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 no vision for you.
Oh, Alawi's behind them.
Uh-oh.
Could be. Isn't going to be.
Yeah, you can see Renekton TP's in the bot. They have to stick together as a 5-man unit.
Yeah, I thought they were going to cut them off with the Alawi. Now Casting's fishing. Remember, Bro's composition wants to be the ones diving in, but there's a lot of things that shut that down and make it difficult. So we'll see if they find some headway. Right now, D+ are playing from an area with... Anjin Brion don't really have vision.
Amun's already taking a lot of damage here from the Alawi. He is very key. They're just going to go in on a roamer with the Cyclone. There's a bit of damage, but that's not really the angle you were looking for in the team fight here, Lucid. Just trying to poke them out, essentially. Teddy has to flash the Slurkle, so that's going to be a Jhin down his summoner. Casting taking an immense amount of damage, and now Showmaker, no flash. They're trying to collapse on him, as they will take down Showmaker. Meanwhile, Shu is right on top of Teddy, who can't dodge everything. They're trying to peel now for the Alawi, but how can you do that? It's Alawi at the end of the day. Flashes over everything. And the rest of the team is right there to follow up on Shu, who gets the big-time flank and does 5k damage.
Shu just dunks on Teddy. He's fumbling with the bullets. He's dropping them on the floor, and Alawi is just slamming in his face. Anjin Brion, some questionable decisions this game. Now just lose a big fight, and D+, they're going to push into the enemy base. They're going to pick up Mountain Soul, and this game's looking pretty done. In this situation, they're just getting a lot of poke down consistently in this situation, and Showmaker has no flash, so eventually they look for him. You see Casting trying to kind of go for that as Lucid ults in, but I feel like D+ were pretty patient in this situation. Showmaker's poking down the Renekton, and eventually Namgun manages to find this angle in. And yeah, they managed to kill the Talia, but look at Shiwu on the bottom left. Just runs at Teddy. There's Teddy stuck below. Like, he's running in circles. Gets the bullets back, but look, it just isn't even enough. Another reload still doesn't kill Shiwu, and the tentacles just murder him. This is nightmare fuel for a Jhin, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you're supposed to do in this situation. I don't have the answers, but it just got a whole lot worse because there's now a Mountain Soul in the enemy team. You don't have Serpent's Fang yet, and you know, Teddy only has a limited number of bullets.
Yeah.
Before he's fumbling with a new set, a new magazine.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they have a lot of pick potential, Dubro, but I think from behind, you know, you kill a Talia, there's still a Yunara.
I mean, also,
and an Alawi. And burst damage is not good into Alawi.
Has 4 items now.
Yeah.
Smash has a shield bow, and barrier, and flash, and a karma, and Mountain Soul.
Yeah.
Anjin Brion, even if they're ahead, they are a bursty composition with like limited amount of damage. If you're ahead enough, then it's fine, right? You just kill them before you run out of damage. But when you're behind, like we know they can't kill Shiwu quickly. I don't even know if they can kill Smash quickly at this point.
Trying to get an angle as Namgun, but...
Like, look at that shield.
And meanwhile, look at the bottom lane. Namgun gonna get extremely low. I feel like there's been so many times where he's trying to find angles and he just takes half his health and damage because he's so squishy. Gideon kind of in an awkward spot here. Cyclone immediately, he does get over the wall, but the follow is there from Lucid to just immediately go down. The reset goes over to Gideon. He's gonna be looking for Smash, but he is immediately gonna die. And now look at Sihu, he's on the flank with Showmaker. And everybody's just scattering once again, trying to kite him out. This time they're going to do a good job, but meanwhile, Casting goes down. And now they're going to get the catch as Roamer does hit the deck, and Teddy's all alone on the backside of this one, running away from a Karma. And I think it's just enough. DK have the wallets, and they should be able to push and win this game.
Yep, only the Nico alive against 4 members of D+. Showmaker TPing in with the Rabadons. This is it. This is game. And this is Bro's chances going to nearly 0 of making the Legend group.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. They had such a nice streak going, but head-to-head with D+ Kia. D+ Kia prove that they are the better team in a 3-game series as they don't lock in Legend group off of this. Very happy he's able to play his Alawi once again. As Lucid's like, all right, you know, I aced greatness. And Career says, nah.
이거 필이야? 나 필 해볼게. 나 필이.
You could go Career. He had that Bard pick, right?
Yeah, you know what? I think
It's probably like Career or Lucid. Lucid had like a good Wukong game, and he also had like the Jarvan, but Jarvan was very much like enabled by Career in game 1 at least. I think Career's a good vote, to be honest.
Yeah. It's just challenging because I think a lot of the team had really good moments, but it wasn't the cleanest series either.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's so weird. I'm in such indecision when I'm deciding, and then I put the paper down. And you're like, you know what? I feel good about it. I just relax up and I feel good. Yeah, we'll see if it's a. I don't think it will be. But if it's a 12 out of 13 and I'm the lone one, then you know what, Brendan? You're complicit. So
I don't think it's possible, to be honest.
Yeah, we might be waiting a little bit for the palm because apparently I'm hearing someone put their vote in very late.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know who that could have been.
yeah, I don't know who that could have been.
Let's blame Wadded. It's going to be Showmaker, as he did have that great Victor game. I don't think his Kog'Maw and Talia games were that great, but
I think Talia was fine. I think Kog'Maw struggled a little bit to make the impact he wanted. Yeah, I wouldn't have voted for considered Showmaker, but I also considered every single player on the team, and I considered just killing into a ball and crying because I couldn't decide.
I mean,